Title: The Scales of Love and Protection by D. Carr. I stood at the threshold of my heart, the gate swinging like a pendulum, a constant invitation to the world beyond. Each creak of the hinges echoed my desire for connection, yet it also whispered warnings of the chaos that sometimes slipped through. I had opened my heart to many, believing in the inherent goodness of people. But with each encounter, I learned that not all who entered were there to nurture. Some left shadows in their wake, sowing seeds of doubt and regret that took root in my once vibrant garden. As I observed those around me, I couldn't help but admire how effortlessly they managed their gates. They welcomed the right souls with open arms, while deftly barring the wrong ones, creating a sanctuary that flourished with warmth and joy. Their gardens were alive with colors, laughter, and growth, while mine felt like a tangle of weeds, overrun by unwanted visitors and their lingering effects. I felt like a fortress with no walls, exposed and vulnerable, yearning to love without limits, yet fearful of the consequences. The moments of regret nagged at me, each a reminder of how my unguarded openness had left me susceptible to hurt. I often found myself replaying conversations, questioning my choices, and wondering if I had been too trusting or too forgiving. The burden of carrying these regrets weighed heavily on my heart, and I knew I needed to reclaim my space before it was too late. As I contemplated my approach, a vision began to take shape. Instead of leaving my gate wide open, I could transform it into a welcoming entrance, one that allowed light and laughter to flow freely while still having the option to close when necessary. I realized that setting boundaries didn't mean shutting people out entirely. It meant being intentional about who I chose to invite into my garden, creating a space where love could thrive without fear. With newfound determination, I began to establish those boundaries. I learned to recognize the signs of those who would nurture my spirit versus those who would drain it. Conversations became a litmus test for my connections. I listened intently, gauging the energy they brought. I discovered the power of saying no, of declining invitations that did not serve my well-being, and of stepping back from relationships that felt more like burdens than blessings. As I practiced this delicate balance, I found that the act of guarding my heart was not a sign of weakness, but rather a demonstration of strength. I could love fiercely while still protecting my inner sanctuary. Each time I closed the gate to an unwanted visitor, I felt lighter, more in control of the energy I allowed into my life. In time, my garden began to flourish. The right companions entered, those who brought laughter and light, sharing in the abundance of joy and creativity. I reveled in the connections that deepened, feeling secure in the knowledge that I had chosen them deliberately. My heart, once a chaotic landscape, transformed into a vibrant sanctuary, blooming with trust and love. As I stood at my gate, watching the sun set over my flourishing garden, I felt a profound sense of peace. I had learned the art of being a guardian, one who could embrace love and connection while remaining selective about who was allowed to enter. In doing so, I discovered that I could love deeply, live without regret, and cultivate a space where both a welcoming heart and a peaceful garden thrived together in harmony, abundance, and tranquility. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this tale and want to hear more short stories that explore the depths of human experience and imagination, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Together we can explore even more stories that inspire and uplift one another.